Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Just a preface, this video is for players who plan on spending money on Christmas containers. If you are not one of those people and you prefer not to spend money during this season, that's perfectly fine, but this video really isn't going to be intended for you. But you are more than welcome to continue watching if it's something that you're still interested in learning more about. We're going to be doing a deep dive into the math behind 3 different scenarios to save you the most money. Scenario 1 is buying all the ships from the premium shop. Scenario 2 is getting all the ships that you want from mega containers this year. And then Scenario 3 is a mixture of the two of both buying from the premium shop and opening mega containers. First, let's use some of the math from my previous video and expand upon that. So what we need to find out is actually how much money we would be spending to achieve a ship from the mega containers, since mega containers have the best drop rates. To do this, we use the math from the previous video, which basically told us that, on average, roughly 7 containers will result in a drop ship. So if on average 7 containers gets us a ship drop, then we can just multiply those 7 containers by their cost, or 1,250 doubloons, which is a grand total of 8,750 doubloons, or $35. Okay, great. That's great groundwork because that tells us that each ship that we'll be receiving will actually cost us $35 in doubloons. And there's a way for us to actually lower that number as well, and that's by using the 20 container discount that Wargaming offers every single year. You can use this 25% discount to get 20 containers, which will drop that price for every 7 containers from our previous math. So if we do that, our 8,750 doubloons drops down to 6,562 doubloons, or roughly $26.25 for each set of 7 containers. So that's the number that we're really looking for, is that $26.25 per ship, because that's how much we're basically paying on average to get each of the ships that we're wanting if we use that discount. So if you're hoping to, get 10 ships from this event, then you can just multiply however many ships that you want by that $26.25 to see how much the total cost will probably take you to get all of those ships. Which from our example of getting 10 ships at $26.25 each would be $262.50. So is there a way that we can drop that $262.50 number, the grand total of all the ships that we want? And the answer is yes. There is a way to drop down that number. And for a lot of you out there, you can actually drop this number quite substantially. So okay, how do we do this? How do we save money on that grand total and lower that total price for all of those ships? Well, let's go back to the list of those 10 ships that we were wanting to get from that drop list. Then we take those ships and find which ones are currently available in the premium shop. Okay, so for instance, Huang Wei, that's on our list, and it's also in the premium shop. And look at this. The price of the Huang Wei is less than $26.25, which was our threshold, because right now it's on sale for $9.90. So then you can ask yourself, would you want to receive the Huang Wei, which is only worth $9.90, from spending $26.25 on mega containers? And hopefully the answer should be no. So what you do is just go ahead and before you buy any mega containers, is buy all the ships that are less than $26.25 from the premium shop. And what this does is this will greatly lower the total expected cost that you have to expend to get every ship that you want, and in this case, the 10 ships. So in this scenario, we have the Huang Wei, the Marblehead, Marblehead Lima, Murmansk, Krasny Krem, and a Hoytnik that all fit this threshold criteria that we're looking for. So out of those 10 ships that we have on our list, let's remove those 6 that we plan on buying from the premium shop, and instead go ahead and buy those, and that will leave us 4 ships remaining that we need to get from mega containers. So now let's see how much it would cost us in doubloons to actually purchase those 4 remaining ships. From my previous video's math, it will take us 25 containers, 25 mega containers, in order to receive those remaining 4 ships. So for 20 of those containers, you can obviously use the 25% discount, and then for the 5 remaining, we'll just pay straight up the regular price for individual containers. And assuming the probabilities and the expected values pan out as expected, here's a side-by-side of the 3 different scenarios that you can expect from actually obtaining all of these ships. Scenario 1 obviously being just purchasing everything from the store, which obviously the one ship on there that you can't buy anymore is the Missouri, so that's kind of a placeholder value. But then Scenario 2 is getting every ship only from mega containers. And quick side note here, yes, I know that the price that I gave, the average cost of containers, was $26.25 from earlier. That number was actually rounding up for the number of containers that you actually needed to get a ship. So in this scenario, $24 even is actually the average expected cost for each of the ships. And then Scenario 3, which is the entire point of this video, is the mixture of the two, is purchasing all the cheap ships to drop down your average cost per ship. And this example really illustrates the power of those lower tier ships, those lower value ships that people often avoid in the premium shop, is Wargaming puts those ships in the Santa containers to throw off the average value of the ships that you actually receive. And we don't want that as players. Obviously, we want to get the most value of our money for the containers that we buy. And the best way that we can actually do that is by going ahead and buying those ships ahead of time and then using those mega containers strictly for the higher value, higher rarity ships. So one thing that I just want to reiterate is the fact that a lot of this math is based on someone, having a lot of rare ships left to purchase. If you only have that one ship that you're looking for and you're willing to go, piecemeal 7 containers at a time to try to get that ship, then that's fine. And I would actually recommend that you use that $35 threshold as opposed to the $26.25 threshold, since that's really what the price that you're paying for each set of 7, which on average gets you one ship. So there you go. That's the trick. Purchase all of those cheap ships from the premium shop and don't receive them from the Christmas containers, because who wants to waste their money spending it on Christmas containers when they're just going to get a crap ship anyway that's actually less value than what they put into the containers themselves. So I really hope that you guys really enjoyed this video, and I hope that it really encourages a lot of you to actually find some corners that you can actually cut to actually save a lot of money and increase the odds of you actually being able to get those ships that you really, really want. And that's where I'll wrap this video up today. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a good one, everyone.